my name is Valerie White Williams, and I'd like to welcome you to my new channel, Cosmic Splendor. And this is where I get to talk about spirituality, astrology, and how to be safe and feel comfortable in this changing world. So today I'm going back to the series of the moon in the houses, and I'm talking about the moon in the 8th house. Woo! The 8th house has a spooky reputation. It correlates to Scorpio, which is fixed water. So those people that have planets in the 8th house tend to be secretive, private, and interested in exploring things that are hidden. Because that's what Scorpio and the 8th house are. It's like a big giant lake, and things are hidden underneath the water. So people that have the moon in the 8th house tend to be very interested in secrets. Now, let's talk about the sun versus the moon. Sun is your hero's journey. So your sun sign is what you've come here to do or be in this life. And so you're kind of going to be growing into that as you get older. The moon is the other side of that equation. It is what comes naturally to you. It's reflective. You don't have to do anything. You are just reflecting who you are. You're reflecting that light. And so where the moon is things that come easily for you. You might even think, oh, that's not really important. Doesn't mean anything, because we all have a sense of that if it's easy for us, it's not important. But the moon is your reflective energy, which you brought in different lifetimes, the things that come easy for you. It's also where you go for comfort, where you go to relax and kind of rebalance yourself, and what brings you ease and comfort. So for the 8th house natives that have the moon in the 8th house, they may be comforted by researching secrets, researching conspiracy theories. I don't mean that in the media way, but the truth of what's underneath. So again, we look at the 8th house is like this huge lake, and there's all these mysteries hidden underneath the lake. So the people that have the moon, they are comforted by exploring these subjects like the occult, like spirituality, like things that have been hidden archaeology, hidden history. That is comforting to you, believe it or not. And this is why people with the 8th house feel somewhat awkward in society, because up to now, those things were considered taboo. So that's the other thing. There's a lot of taboo things in the 8th house. The 8th house is what we all share. So it's on the other side of the 2nd house. 2nd house is about building your body, what's physically there in the front. The 8th house is the back end, what's in behind things that we all share. So it often talks about inheritances, money that comes to you, secret knowledge, sex, rebirth, things like that we all are sharing. So the secrets are very important. The people that have their moon there are comforted by exploring and learning. Now, here's the thing where the 8th house has somewhat of a bad reputation, which I do not agree with, because I feel that spirituality is been kind of taken out of astrology. It's been dumbed down multiple ways, especially sun sign astrology is really almost useless, to be honest, because astrology is so much deeper. It's a deeper picture, and it trivializes the truth of who you are and your map, which is your astrology chart. So the people that have the 8th house moon, they're usually very psychic. They can also usually sense when people are lying. They just have this sixth sense, and they can see that this is not true. I feel it. I feel it in my body. I sense it. I don't believe it. And they're going to dig for it. And that makes them feel good. They research all these things. Now, the crazy thing is that not everybody feels comfortable researching these deep, dark secrets because it scares them. And so a lot of people with the moon in the 8th house probably intimidate others because they can see through a lot of lies and they can see it. Whether they speak about it probably depends on the sign of the moon. So if you're Gemini in the 8th house, you probably may be doing more writing. You're probably going to communicate a bit more, depending on your chart, what you're finding. You might talk about it more. Whereas if it's Pisces, which is very emotional, it's double water, you might do more artistic work in that house. You might incorporate artistry. And if it's like, say, Virgo in the 8th house, you might be really interested in research, doing lots of research and organizing things. But to be honest, most people with the 8th house moon are probably fairly secretive. They might just keep you can't read them because it's underneath the water, it's private. But people might be just a little intimidated with those 8th house moon people because they can maybe sense that they're being exposed. You can see through it. So you 8th house moon people are holding the vibration of the truth, the inner truth, the real truth that connects all of us. And those are people that are doing a lot of research depending on how that moon sign expresses itself to learn and dig deep. So keep doing it, you 8th house moon people. We need you right now, especially now, to dig into the real truth. Because like that big, huge water, things are under the water, under the flood. When the water drains, we're going to find the truth. And that's kind of where we're at in our society right now. And you guys are at the front edge of that, those 8th house moon people, because we are all holding the vibration for everybody to grow in this world. And we have so much to look forward to. So, all right, you 8th house moon people, does this resonate with you? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, I want to let you know that I do have a free Facebook group called Creative Soul Alignment, and it's a group for people that love the creative arts and spirituality. So I do a lot of posting on astrology in that group. Love to have you there. And if you're interested in getting your own astrology reading, I will leave links below as well. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.